All right, welcome everyone to the New Jersey Association of College Admission Counseling STEM Virtual College Fair. I'd like to thank you all for joining us today. Just a few housekeeping items before we get started. There is a Q&A button feature on your screen, which you can use to type your questions to our presenters at any time. If you do have a question for a specific college, be sure to name the college within your question. Your camera and microphone are turned off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is also just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. This presentation is also being recorded and will be available within about a week at the same website where you registered. I'd like to now turn it over to our presenters, and our first college is Savannah College of Art and Design.
Great, thank you very much. So I will tell you guys a little bit more about the Savannah College of Art and Design, or SCAD, which is a lot easier and quicker to say. So my name is Devin, and I'm with the Savannah College of Art and Design, and we are actually the most diverse art and design university in the nation, with over 100 different degree programs. So everything from interior design to industrial design, architecture, immersive reality, augmented reality. We have a user experience program if you want to create apps. There's even a themed entertainment program in which you can actually design theme parks. So whatever it is that you like to do for fun, chances are it translates into a major, and then of course into a really amazing career. And so some of you might be thinking, you know, more STEM and less STEAM, but I'm here to definitely say that the arts are a huge and wonderful impact on STEM and on all areas of design. And we have students who have gone on to work for just about everybody, from Disney, Marvel, Pixar, Universal, Google, IBM. We actually have several students at NASA, some of which are fashion designers helping to reinvent spacesuits. And we also have several graphic designers who work for the CIA. So they actually translate all of the information that's coming in domestically and abroad into visuals for people to actually understand. So a lot of the different visuals about COVID spread that we've been seeing were actually developed by graphic designers for us to understand better what's been going on. And so everything that you are seeing here is student work in the bottom corner. Those are all of our majors. So if anything looks particularly awesome, just know that that can be your work really soon. And so I'm just going to show you guys a brief video that is just a perfect little SCAD in a nutshell.
I'm driven to create.
To be expressive.
To collaborate with only the best and across disciplines.
If you have an outlet like the arts where you can be in these other worlds and imagine anything, growing up in the arts, I've seen it change people's lives.
There are things happening in our classrooms where students are actually reimagining their own education in the way that we communicate with each other.
What is that next step for them? How are they going to make those contacts with their future employers?
During my time at SCAD, what was so magical was that it was this hot pot of creative people from different types of majors that could influence each other.
I would say my two greatest lessons that I learned from SCAD were learning the structure of the industry and the strong work ethic, but I think you really hone those skills at SCAD.
I am the creative director of Christopher John Rogers. Growing up, I always knew that fashion was my passion. Ew, gross. Okay, wait.
I absolutely love SCAD.
I love SCAD too. I love it more than John Krasinski.
Hey, bees.
Hey, SCAD.
Hello, SCAD. Extremely bright, smart people who love creativity, fashion, design, art, film, telling their version of their own story.
I am an artist.
I am a performer.
I'm an entrepreneur.
Storyteller. Thanks to SCAD, my future as a creative professional is real. It's happening.
You are the next incarnation of this beautiful planet that needs design, that needs beauty, that needs your mind and your spirit and your energy, your power, your unique voice.
Because you have something unique to say.
This is SCAD.
anyone who asks me about colleges in US, all I say is SCAD. Don't even think of anything else.
And so, as we said, over 100 different degree programs, so you can really mix and match any of these different programs to really choose your own adventure, start your own strategy, and kind of develop your own unique career. We do have a number of nationally and internationally ranked programs. Our animation program is one of the best in the country and arguably in the world. We're the third largest provider of animators to Pixar. Our game design program covers everything from tabletop games and board games all the way through to the latest AR and VR gaming. And game design is actually a $72 billion industry and growing, so definitely a good one to be a part of. And we also have a major that is purely for immersive and augmented reality as it pertains to everything from advertising to architecture. We've also done several industry projects recently that were actually about immersive reality as it's going to pertain to what were live events. We again also have a lot of different types of programs that you wouldn't expect from an art school, like user experience. Industrial design is like the fun side of engineering. So engineers build an engine and industrial designers design the motorcycle that that engine would go into. And we do actually have Honda's top production designer is a SCAD grad. And the most important takeaway from SCAD is that our employment rate is 99%. So 99% of the 2019 graduating class was employed, seeking further education, or both, within 10 months of graduating. And so that's not a trick. We did not count somebody who got a job at like Michael's or Panera after they graduated. It is really possible to do what you love in a creative field and be successful. So look forward to any of your questions and good luck to the other colleges.
Thank you very much, SCAD, for your presentation. Up next, we have the University of Scranton.
All right, great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Welcome, everybody. My name is Jill Wall, and I'm an admissions counselor here at the University of Scranton. You may have heard of Scranton if you've seen my favorite show, The Office, but you might not be familiar with the university itself, so I'd love to tell you a little bit about it. Starting off with the fact that we are a proud Catholic and Jesuit university, and that is a huge part of our identity and something that we are very proud of. Doesn't mean that you have to be Catholic or Christian to come here, but it does mean that you're going to receive a little bit more of a well-rounded and wholesome education. There are a couple of Jesuit ideals and values that are really kind of evident and really integrated into every aspect of student life here. And one of those ideals is called cura personalis, and that's a Latin phrase that means care of the whole person. And we like to define this as the individual attention that we give to all of our students here. So we care about our students in mind, body, and spirit, and we really want to see all of them grow and succeed and become the best versions of themselves throughout their 4 years here. I myself am a graduate of the university. I graduated in 2019, and I can certainly say that I think Scranton was really more of a transformative experience than just an educational experience. And I truly feel like I grew and changed a lot more in my 4 years here than in probably the rest of my life combined. So that being said, we'll just move forward and take a look at Scranton by the numbers. And I really want to focus on our smaller size. So we have an undergrad student population of about 3,800. And this is that perfect smaller to medium size where no matter where you go on campus, you're going to see some familiar faces. You're going to run into people you know, but it's never going to feel too small. Another reason I think this is a great number is because it allows us to have an average class size of 20 students with classes actually being capped off at 35 students. So you're never going to be sitting in a huge lecture hall where professors don't even know your name or anything like that. Also, for all of our labs, they are actually capped off at 16 students. So for any STEM related lab that you would find yourself in, it'll be you and 15 other students max, along with the professor who's teaching the lab. So this really gives you the opportunity to get to know not only all of your classmates, but your professors as well. And you'll find that at Scranton, your professors will be some of your biggest advocates and supporters throughout your 4 years here. And they really have a desire to get to know you inside and outside of the classroom. They want to get to know you as a person rather than just a student. So you'll find that they will be a major source of help and support throughout your time here. Something else I want to point out is that our science labs are ranked 8th in the nation for best science labs. So we definitely have state-of-the-art facilities that you would be using. Most are located in our Loyola Science Center, which is one of our newest buildings on campus and an absolutely gorgeous building. So moving along, at Scranton, we have 67 majors and 47 different minors that you can choose from, 21 of which are STEM-related programs. So there's definitely a wide variety of options. And we really have all of the programs and resources and help necessary to help you find and figure out what it is you're passionate about. So whether you have a pretty good idea of what you want to study now, you know you want to go into STEM, but maybe you're not sure which area, at Scranton, you're going to be able to figure out exactly what it is you want to study and then what you want to do with it. You're going to have an academic advisor who works with you one-on-one and who helps you figure out what classes you need to take. You're going to be able to take advantage of some great opportunities like honors programs, and we do have an honors program that is specifically related to STEM. And then we also have some really great pre-health advisory programs for anybody who's looking to go on to any type of med school, dental school, optometry school, podiatry school, etc. One last thing I want to talk about is the opportunity to do some great research. So at the University of Scranton, students are able to get involved in research as early as their first semester of their freshman year here. So you don't have to wait. You don't have to, wait until it's your turn to do research. You can really get a hands-on experience from the first day you step on campus if you want to. So this slide here just shows all of our STEM majors that you can join and that you can become a part of. You're able to read more about each of these majors on our website, but clearly there's a wide variety to choose from. And again, if you're not sure exactly what you want to do, you can either come in undecided, or if you do choose a major right off the bat and decide later that you want to change it, that is definitely going to be an option for you as well. Our next slide here just shows some of our allied health programs, as well as some of our pre-health professions. So like I was saying, we have those advisory programs for anybody looking to go on to one of those things listed there. In the background of this slide, I want to point out that is our Loyola Science Center that I was mentioning. So that's kind of our STEM building on campus. It's an absolutely gorgeous facility. Like I said, it was just completed in 2012. And lucky for Scranton students, everybody has the chance to take a class in there, whether they're a STEM major or not. But I know that our STEM students absolutely love to take advantage of all the opportunities that building gives them. So as far as what you can do next, just wanted to throw some application information on here as well as some visit information. You can apply for free using the Common Application. Our early action deadline for next year is November 15th. So I know it's still a little bit away, but you can keep that in mind. And if you're interested in taking a visit to the University of Scranton, you can absolutely do so. We are open for on-campus visits right now, and we have virtual information sessions as well. So thank you for your time, and I'm looking forward to any questions that you might have.
Thank you very much. As a reminder to our participants, if you have questions about anything that you're seeing today, please feel free to use the Q&A feature at the bottom. And if you have a question for a specific college, please mention that college specifically. Up next, we have the University College Cork.
Great. Hi, everybody. My name is Maggie Cardosi, and I represent University College Cork in Ireland. If you're wondering a little bit about where Cork is, we are located in the south of the Republic of Ireland, about 2.5 hours from the capital city of Dublin. The city itself dates from about the 6th century, and since then has been integral in the history of Ireland as a modern nation. Right now, Cork is not just a hub for Irish history and culture and the arts, but also a hub for international business and technology and research, especially in the areas of pharmaceuticals, ICT, marine and energy research, and food science. We're a very safe and friendly city, so rest assured that a warm Irish welcome awaits you when you come to live and study with us. And there is no shortage of things to do in Cork, lots to keep you busy. And we're also just a quick bus ride or even a quick walk to some of Ireland's most beautiful landscapes, castles, and beaches, and a quick flight via Cork International Airport to a plethora of destinations throughout Europe. UCC, or University College Cork, I'll refer to it as UCC from here on out. We were founded in 1845 on what used to be the countryside, but since then has grown up around us. So we are now very much a part of the fabric of Cork City. We welcome about 22,000 students every year to our campus. And those students represent about 104 different countries. So you'll be living and studying with not just students from Cork and throughout the rest of Ireland, but students from across the world. We are very proud of the fact that we are #1 for the student experience in Ireland, and we have over 200 different clubs, activities, and supports to ensure that you are integrated and thriving within our campus community. And those supports range from accommodation, career services, peer counseling, and then clubs and activities like sports and societies. Our degree programs are internationally recognized, so your degree will mean something if you choose to come back to the United States after you graduate. And we are also very proud of the fact that we are very committed to sustainability. So we're the world's first green flag campus, and we are in the top 10 for sustainable campuses in the world today. This is a little bit about our College of Science, Engineering, and Food Science, which is one of the 4 colleges at UCC. I've listed out all of our undergraduate majors here. I won't read them out because there's quite a few, but rest assured, whatever it is that you are interested in the STEM fields and beyond, we can very likely accommodate you at UCC. All of our programs are 4-year direct entry honors degrees. So what that means is that you focus in on your area of interest from the get-go. We don't have general education requirements at UCC or in other Irish universities for the most part. So if you choose, for example, to study neuroscience, you never have to take another history or English class again. And like I said, actually didn't mention yet, but most of our programs include either a 6 to 12 month paid work placement or a study abroad option, again, to ensure that you are work ready and world ready once you leave our campus. Lots of different things to choose from. So whether you're interested in kind of sustainable energy to environmental sciences, forensic sciences, computer science, food science, and more. And what's really exciting is that our College of Science, Engineering, and Food Science offer some really nice merit-based scholarships to international students. Some can cover up to 25% of your tuition costs for the full 4 years that you're with us. Here's a little bit, so we at UCC are a leader for industry engagement. So here's a list of some of the partners that we have in industry in Cork, where we would have students go into those work placements, and many of them go on to work at these institutions after they graduate. We're also a center for research as well. So whether it's the physical sciences, earth, atmospheric, and ocean sciences, or health and medical sciences, if you're interested in that, there is a place for you to kind of grow and further your knowledge and your contributions via UCC. Just a little bit about applications before I let you head on to the next college. We accept direct applications online, and we are rolling admission from December 10th every year. And it takes about 3 to 5 weeks to get a decision back from us. We look for a minimum 3.4 unweighted GPA or a 31 total IB score for most of our STEM programs, although some may be a little bit more competitive. I can talk to you about that a little bit later. We have also waived our ACT and SAT requirement for fall 2021 entry. So if you are a senior still looking for options and are worried about that, we can accommodate you. So if that all sounds good to you, I would love to continue to talk about studying abroad, studying in Ireland, and studying in Cork at UCC. So please stay in touch. And then I also have this QR code. If you'd like more info, go ahead and feel free to scan that now. But thank you very much. And I look forward to chatting with you later.
Thank you very much, UCC. Up next, we have Muhlenberg College. You are currently muted.
think we would have that sorted out by now. Sorry, my name is Chelsea Schoen. I'm an Associate Director of Admissions at Muhlenberg College. And Muhlenberg is a small private liberal arts college located in Allentown, Pennsylvania. And one of the things that we're most known for is our strong sense of community. And so, typically people don't always think about the possibilities of STEM at a small liberal arts college, but we have a wide variety of STEM majors. You can see biochem, computer science, environmental science, neuroscience. And I think it's just interesting to note that we are very well known for our strength, particularly in pre-professional studies within the health sciences. So consistently having a pre-med acceptance rate of 85 to 95% range with our students, and coming from a variety of different undergrad majors. And really, again, to highlight the integration with the liberal arts, aside from being well known for our pre-med preparation in the health sciences, we're nationally ranked for our theater program as well. So it's great to know that you're going to be surrounded in an academic community that's full of different perspectives and ideas. And really that allows for flexibility. So whether you want to move across different majors or just, pursue different areas within the sciences and STEM, you will be able to do so. But being a smaller school of just under 2,000 students, it means that we're really able to implement a lot of distinctive teaching models, particularly really emphasizing smaller classes and lots of hands-on opportunities. Particularly, we did just rework our biology curriculum because it is so popular for our pre-med students. And so now that first course is actually going to be entirely lab-oriented, and it's going to be capped off at just 18 students. Another reason why students tend to pursue STEM at Muhlenberg is because it really is a experience that allows for flexibility in so many different ways. So you can pursue STEM and you can study abroad. You can see in the bottom left-hand corner, that's a picture of our students going and studying environmental science and sustainability in Bangladesh. The picture on the right is a student who was studying wildlife management in Tanzania because he was a biology and environmental science double major. So you can pursue STEM, you can go abroad, right? We have programs for our pre-med students in places like London and Australia. You can do a double major. At Muhlenberg, it's not uncommon to hear, hey, I'm a dance and biochemistry double major, or I'm pursuing neuroscience and music. And I think students appreciate that they're able to pursue both interests in a really hands-on, in-depth way and still graduate in that 4-year time frame, which is key. And it also allows for you to pursue things extracurricularly. In the bottom right-hand corner, that's student Steven. He was also on the baseball team, along with doing a double major and going abroad. So being interested in STEM also allows you to pursue so many other co-curricular, double major, minor interests, whatever it is that feels right for you. In terms of our facilities, we have a 3-building science complex that is specifically designed to really incorporate the interdisciplinary focus that you're going to find on our campus. So even though it's interdisciplinary, though, it's going to be state-of-the-art instrumentation with DNA sequencer, electron microscopes. We have a computer science lab with 6 workstations, each on a separate server, computing laboratories, a greenhouse, field sites. But again, to make sure that you are navigating your academic experience, both on campus and off campus in a variety of hands-on ways. Particularly being a liberal arts college that focuses on the undergrad experience, something that we always like to highlight is the amount of research that happens on our campus. Being an undergraduate school means that you are not competing for research opportunities with graduate level students. You get all of our focus. And so you can do research with faculty during the academic year or during our summer research opportunities. They can also be funded either from the school itself or even from outside research funding as well. And really there's projects all across disciplines, but there's definitely an emphasis on STEM research that happens on campus. As you can see, just a variety of different topics that have happened. But again, I think it's exciting to know that annually our students are presenting research at a variety of different professional conferences. And I think to continue on to highlight some of the opportunities with impact that we have a partnership for research experience for undergraduates, or REU. We get one spot where a chemistry student goes to University of Michigan each year. We have partnerships with other universities. You can see a partnership with Brookhaven for physics. We have research partnerships with private companies like Johnson & Johnson. The Graver Arboretum and Wildlife Preserve are local to campus, and our students will go out and do field research. And Brain Camp is actually a neuroscience program that we put on for high school seniors and juniors. And so it's great to know that it's run by our college campus students. And so they're also not only engaging in STEM, but also service learning at the same time. And you can just see a handful of professional connections that our students are a part of. which really just leads to what our students go on to do after graduation. So I really wanted to list out some professional schools, graduate schools, and employers, which our students have gone to within 1 year of graduation over the past 4 years. So you can definitely see lots of different opportunities, for medical schools, vet schools, dental, PhD programs, but also full-time work. We are lucky enough to have some accelerated partnerships with places like the University of Pennsylvania for dental school, med school early assurance programs with Temple University and Boston University, and a optometry program with SUNY as well. So just to know that whether it is one of those partnerships or something else, you're going to be surrounded by a community that's going to challenge you, faculty that are going to empower you, and to really get a hands-on opportunity within STEM. So I invite you to send me any questions that you have via the chat about pursuing STEM at Muhlenberg.
Thank you very much. This is your final reminder for our participants that if you do have a question, now is a great time to go ahead and start sending those in. We do have one final college to present, and that is Virginia Commonwealth University.
Hello there, my name is Mark Meadows. I'm the Director of Enrollment for VCU's College of Engineering. One thing I want to point out is that in my role, I do represent a subunit of VCU. It is a large university where we have students in a wide variety of different programs all across everything that you can imagine. VCU has over 23,000 undergraduate students and more than 32,000, those numbers always flip in my brain, when we look at our total student population. So it is a large university and we have a ton of opportunities for you. So I do want to just make sure that you know that I am representing the College of Engineering specifically. And thank you for mentioning that my presentation is not showing. When I open it, I can no longer get back to Zoom. There it is, Zoom came back. I had to move Zoom to the other page, to my other screen. So the College of Engineering represents just a smaller slice of VCU at about 1,800 students right now as undergrads, another 300 or so as graduate students. So what's kind of nice about that is that while VCU is a large university, you are able to get a smaller kind of family feel within each organization or group within the college. Our students also go directly into their programs. So when you apply to VCU, you will select a specific major. You'll select one of our engineering programs and you apply directly to that major. So there is no first year, year and a half, as some universities do, where you're in general engineering. You get to go straight into your program. And our curricula for each degree actually includes coursework as early as the first semester in the specific major. So you see some numbers here for our student stats. I'm not going to read them out to you. One thing I do want to point out is that we have gone test optional this year. So the test scores that you see are actually a reflection from last year's class. But we have also gone test optional, as many universities have, but we're still publishing the numbers we see from the students who did submit them. We have most of our students who do come in as freshmen. However, we have a strong and vibrant transfer student community as well. So it's important to know that you can apply as a transfer student if that's something that you're interested in doing. A lot of people are taking the community college route before transferring to a four-year school and finding that to be a way to save a good bit of money. And speaking of money, we have excellent scholarship programs. Admissions to the university is rolling. So typically the application opens up in August, but we do have some deadlines that are related to scholarships. So November 1st is an important scholarship deadline. In order to be eligible for our largest scholarships, you need to get your application in by November 1. Presidential Provost and Dean's Awards are the names of the three largest scholarships that we offer. We do actually factor in whether or not a student is in-state or out-of-state in the scholarship process. VCU is a public university, so there is a difference in the tuition, but we do think about that in scholarships. So out-of-state students are often awarded much larger scholarships. In addition to the awards from the university level, I actually also manage a scholarship program for engineering. And we have a dual-tiered process where we review everybody who applies for a certain pool of scholarships, and then there's a second scholarship application for some that have more narrow criteria that we just want to make sure we get somebody who actually fits the bill for those awards. And you'll see the link right there. It's pretty easy to find. When you do enroll at VCU, we have advisors in our student services office who specialize in each individual major. So they work with our students to make sure that you're scheduling everything appropriately. If you do choose to have a double major or a combination of major and minors, that they'll help you to make sure that you navigate all of those things. They also work with our students and do a lot of social activities, even in COVID times. They've actually helped to do things to create that community and keep our students engaged with one another and with the college. Careers are important, and the College of Engineering at VCU has our own separate career services office that works with our students throughout the entire time in their undergrad career. When I say that, I really mean it. We actually invite our students as they are starting their first year to come to our career fair. We have a career fair every semester. This year they all went online, and actually participation numbers even went up, which was pretty cool to see. And part of the reason why that's important is that our students do co-ops and internships at very high rates. Over 90% of our graduates do one form of them, either a co-op or an internship, and co-ops are becoming even more popular. Co-op is when a student actually takes a full semester or sometimes a full year out of classes while they are working in a real life situation. And our career services office works with our students to find those co-ops for them and help find places where they can apply for a co-op. And that kind of networking starts, it really does, in the freshman year. I want to share a little bit with you about our facilities. We have primarily 2 academic buildings right now for engineering alone. There's well over 100 buildings across the entire campus. The academic buildings we have, West Hall and East Hall, wonderful places where our students do a lot of research and get great opportunities. Some of our formalized research programs include vertically integrated projects, which is a multi-year program where students will research in a particular area over multiple years. The Dean's Undergraduate Research Initiative is a 1-year program that includes stipends for students to do summer research programs, as well as to help pay them to go to a conference and present their findings. And our Da Vinci Center is a unique program at VCU that brings together engineering, business, and art students on collaborative projects throughout the year. Some other facilities that we have specifically connected to research, our engineering research building. You can tell we have really clever names for buildings, you know, engineers. Literally just opened. So the building that you're seeing there in the top left is brand new. Those are actual photographs, not renderings. And the building has literally just opened. The grand opening was 2 weeks ago, I think, week and a half maybe. It's an amazing place. It's got a reconfigurable maker space for our students and all sorts of lab facilities where our students can get hands-on practical research experiences. Speaking of makers, we already had a maker garage under a different building, and that is still up and running. So our students have multiple places where they can go and work on their projects. I'm running out of time, so I'm going to go real quick. Our students are also very active. This is a partial listing of organizations that we have related to the College of Engineering. And beyond that, there's, of course, everything you'd expect at a large university, and our students are very engaged. One other thing that each of our departments do is they sponsor some kind of design-a-thon. These design-a-thons are events that we have held during the pandemic, although virtually. They typically are a 2-day event where students come from multiple universities and hang out with our students working on some kind of design project. One of them is called Earth Hacks. It's related to environmental problems. We have one called Ram Hacks, which is pure coding kind of issues. And then the last thing I really want to share with you is that we are an urban campus located right smack in the middle of Richmond, Virginia. which is a fantastic place to live. It's a great city. You see some of the stats there about it's a place that's really growing and thriving. We have an incredible tech sector and tech market that's growing here as well. And it's a fun town to live in. Great art scene, great parks and recreation right along the river, which is a short walk from campus. We have Class 5 rapids right through downtown, jogging, hiking. It's an amazing place to live.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, colleges, for sharing more about your institutions as well as your various STEM programs that you offer as well. We do have a few minutes, so I do have a couple questions I'm going to pose to our panelists here to give you guys a little bit more insight to their institutions. So our first question is, what is your favorite event or tradition on your campus? And we're going to start with SCAD.
We actually have just kind of an insane amount of events. We actually just wrapped up our television festival where we actually bring in casts and crews from television shows to talk to students about the film industry. We actually have a film festival that debuts student films alongside of actual films. We have an animation festival, a video game festival, because we have an esports team. So if you're really good at video games, you can get a scholarship to go to college. So there's always some sort of crazy thing going on campus with the Sidewalk Arts Festival, a Sand Arts Festival. We have a huge number of different art partnerships. We have different industries that come in to talk to students. So basically there's always something going on. We even have athletics, which is unusual for an art school. So we'll definitely keep you amused on campus.
University of Scranton.
Thank you. I think my favorite tradition on campus actually happens on the first day that freshmen come onto campus, and it's our fall move-in day. How it works when you're a freshman is that you come onto campus and the upperclassmen move all of your stuff into your building for you. So you and your parents and your family literally do not have to touch a single thing. I think it's just a super great way to kind of show off that Scranton community right from the first day that you step on campus as a student. And our upperclassmen are always super eager to kind of volunteer for that and give back to the community. So that's one of my favorite traditions on campus.
University College Cork.
Yeah, it's more like a fun fact, but one tradition that we have is that it is supposedly good luck for students to kind of rub the head or the face of the statue that's outside of our library, which is called the Boole Library. And George Boole was our first professor of mathematics when the school was founded back in the 1840s, and he created Boolean algebra, which laid the base for the binary code that is the base for the digital age. So you're welcome. So I think that's cool.
Wonderful. Muhlenberg College?
Yeah, I think my favorite tradition has to do with food. We really love our food on campus. So we have Battle of the Chefs, in which up in the Lehigh Valley, there's quite a good amount of other colleges and universities. And so they all come onto our campus and compete in cooking really interesting meals, always around a fun theme. I know they've done like Dr. Seuss and stuff. And Muhlenberg, we are ranked #1 for food in Pennsylvania, so we do tend to win. Plus our students are the voters and they are biased, but I think it's always a fun way for our students to experience the food at other colleges and universities in the Lehigh Valley.
Virginia Commonwealth University.
My favorite activity for our College of Engineering is our Capstone Design Expo. All of our senior students work in small groups their last year on projects that they then present to at an expo that's open to the public. It's really exciting to see students getting an opportunity to share something that they're passionate with, and it incorporates an element of having to share what they're doing with people who are not engineers and are not experts in the field. So it's really exciting. By the way, I'm not an engineer, to see those kind of opportunities where our students are sharing what they have learned and doing it in a way that becomes accessible to other people. I really dig that. By the way, props to Cork. I use Boolean logic every day, literally.
All right, looks like we have time for just one more question. So the next question is, what advice do you guys have for students going through their college search process? And we'll start with SCAD.
So of course, college is supposed to be really fun, and you really do want a place that you kind of connect well with. But at the end of the day, college is about 4 years, and then there's the rest of your life. So you want to make sure that wherever you go is really going to set you up for exactly what you're looking for. And even if you're not sure what you're looking for, at least like they can kind of understand the ballpark of what it is that you want to do. So especially with something like STEAM and STEM that's evolving every day, you want to kind of find that school that's already thinking 5-10 years into the future, has all of the industry connections, has different projects where we actually have a number of programs where actual industries hire us. So we've had Google hire us. We've had Gulfstream, which is like an aerospace company, hire us. We've actually had NASA hire us a couple of times to come up with actual real world solutions to problems. So you want to make sure that your school is actually working with the companies that you're targeting and is focused on the rest of your life, not just those 4 years, which will be fun, but really think beyond them.
University of Scranton.
I think my piece of advice would just be to use all of the resources that you're given throughout the college search process. So definitely don't be afraid to ask for help from your teachers, from your classmates, from your older siblings or parents or whoever's kind of gone through the college process already. And definitely don't be afraid to reach out to the college that you're applying to. I know here at Scranton, I love hearing from students who are thinking about applying or who have already applied. And all of us counselors here are always more than happy to make those personal connections with you and to help out in whatever way possible. So definitely just don't be afraid to use all the resources that are given to you.
University College Cork.
I would say, don't be afraid to challenge yourself and get out of your comfort zone in terms of, where your college search takes you. Don't be afraid to apply to places that, maybe people from your school haven't applied to before, but it's a good fit for you. And I hope those places will be abroad. Going abroad is fantastic. You learn a lot of great skills that will set you up for personal and professional success. In the future, and there's really no other time to do it. And whether you go for 4 years, and hopefully it's Cork, I'm a little biased, but whether it's 4 years or even just a semester, it's really going to set you up for success in terms of learning problem solving, independent thinking, and just kind of getting you out there and meeting people from different cultures. So yeah, don't be afraid.
Muhlenberg College.
Yeah, I definitely echo stepping outside your comfort zone, but I would say to put some time into being self-reflective. I think this college search process, there are thousands of schools in the US, there's even more globally. So again, there can be different factors that you think maybe one school's a good fit for you or another, but I think about really like what's a good academic fit for you, social, cultural, financial fit. There's so many different aspects to it, and don't get wrapped up in sort of what others are saying, but really put some time into being thoughtful about what you like about your current school, maybe what you don't like about it, to kind of help guide you up for a place where you're going to be learning, but also living for the next 4 years.
And Virginia Commonwealth University.
Just be cool, yo. That's kind of my take on everything. I've been doing this for 21 years. My daughter is a high school junior. I'm in this right now. Just be cool, yo. And know that, there are so many good choices you can make. So many good options. I've actually been to all of the colleges here except for Cork, sorry. I've literally never been out of the country. And, they're great places. And so you've got a ton of good options, and, know that we're all in it to help you. My job, and I hope the other panelists would agree with this to some extent, it's not to get you to come to my school. It's to help you make good choices about going to college. And so, if I to echo some of the things that the others have said, is ask questions. And, you can ask me questions, and yeah, the information I have is about VCU, right? That's what I know. But if it's not the right place for you, I'm not going to try and push you. So come ask us questions. We want to help you. Like, seriously, we don't get into this for the money. So we're doing it because we think education is important, and we want to help you. So just, relax. It'll be okay. Every little thing is going to be all right. Don't worry. You're on mute.
You think I've done this a million times, I would know to unmute myself as well. Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today, both panelists and participants. When I close the window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey, and we'd very appreciate your feedback if you can provide some. This is also just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as of all the other session recordings. Thank you, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening.